Peace and blessings. This is Lady Crenshaw coming at you with Soldiers TV. It is Monday. There is a huge possibility I will probably do two shows today, depending on what my energy is feeling like after I do this. Um, I am very, very honored to have some energy other than mine with me today for this particular show. I'm a sister of mine who has been a sister through thick and thin, and it is very exciting to have her here, especially because of the topic today, which is I am my sister's keeper. Um, just rock it out with Miss Alicia Keys and being that diary. This is a very, very strong stance to say that I am my sister's keeper. Check me for my earrings today. They say know yourself in the circle, which is 360 degrees round, which means that we are each other's energy recycled into one another for each other. And I just love them. They're green, my favorite color. We also had a very, very successful goddess awakening this past Saturday that we will continue to do every other Saturday. The next one coming the second Saturday in December, and proceeding every other Saturday from then on. So I really want to begin this healing process. I think there has been enough of Soldiers TV calling out and putting out dirty laundry in terms of where we are with loving ourselves, motherhood, obviously sisterhood, our sexuality, how we deal with our brothers. And now it's time to do the healing process, especially because Goddess Awakening is beginning to take off. I have had sisters say, can we sit and watch you do the show and then maybe have a discussion afterwards? So I'm very excited that the creator is making that happen, even if it's just one person at a time. A sister commented on a blog that I did this past Saturday on my sister's keeper, saying that it takes one woman at a time, and it really does, because that is how an infection happens, that is how a virus happens, and this is a good infection that is necessary. And to get that out, I want to extend my appreciation to everyone who has been watching the show as usual, and particularly keeping up with my literary endeavors for Soldiers and Goddess Awakening, and writing and responding, whether it be publicly or privately in a chat, whatever. Thank you for that support. It is so humbling to know that the thing that God placed in my heart for Black women, the Black woman is beginning to respond. So I'm very excited about that. So thank you. So I did a blog on Facebook, an essay about sisterhood, and I had a huge response. It was really pertaining to identifying a few things and why we're not being each other's keepers, and challenging and calling all Black women, excuse me, to be each other's keepers, to take responsibility and accountability. We should have a trust that we extend among each other, as well as what we expect from one another. We should be able to have a pool of Black women that we know are trustworthy, that we know understands what we are going through, and gives us honest feedback. And honesty is the foundation of any relationship. But again, this is for my sisters only. We need to have a clear understanding that I have to be honest and you have to be honest. And it might be harsh, it might be unsettling, it might cause for us not to want to hear it initially, but we have to be able to have a platform of honesty before we can establish any type of trust. Because when you're honest, the well-being of that sister is so much handled, because I know that you're not going to allow me to be a knucklehead. You're not going to allow me to be, you're not going to accept me in less than goddess mentality, presentation, all of that good stuff. We are goddesses and we need to recognize that. So I'm just going to kind of piggyback off of what the blog was about. The first thing is that an overwhelming amount of sisters are single mothers. The last statistic I saw was 85% of black mothers are single. That is huge because we don't make children on our own. It takes a man and a female to make a child, and it takes a man and a female to raise this child. So in the absence of their father, and I'm not talking about y'all have to be together. I mean, if there is no father influence whatsoever, and not a substitute father. I'm talking about their father. If they are not there, we are imbalanced as mothers. We have to take on roles of the father that is definitely unfair. It creates a jealousy. It creates insecurity. It creates all of these negative attributes because we're trying to balance not only our state as a mother, but wear a hat as a father. We become disciplinaries. We become the area that where the father would be coming in, and sometimes the women are disciplinaries. I'm not saying that there's an exact role, but when that balance is not there, it creates an imbalance in our entire lives because our children are most important in what we are doing as women. For those of us who are women, who are mothers, and to have a father not being present in that life, we create an imbalance. So we are imbalanced when we attempt to deal with sisters because we are so used to being imbalanced because we're in the role of mother more than we are anything else. And this creates a distorted idea of our womanhood. It creates us not to be in tune with our femininity, with our womanhood, with whatever energy we possess. For me personally, I have more masculine energy and have always been the disciplinary in both of my marriages. But because I have to be the disciplinary, plus this, plus that, plus this, plus that, and there's no one there to share the load of parenthood, it creates an imbalance, and I have to continuously check myself to make sure I recognize, okay, I'm imbalanced being a single mother of three, but I have to, as long as I'm aware and I strive to keep it in my consciousness, it makes me take accountability for when I might be tripping. It makes me, if I'm feeling ill towards another sister, it might be because I see that she doesn't have kids. It might be because I see she's not taking responsibility. It might be, and I'm feeling slighted in a sense because of the father has left me with this load to raise these children alone. So it creates a very huge imbalance that is not and I'm not going into, is it fair? I'm not going into brother bashing. I'm not going into anything. I'm saying acknowledge that we as single black mothers have the highest percentage of being a single mother. 85% is huge. I mean, 50% is huge, 20% is huge, but to be 85%, that's almost all mothers of black children are single, and that there's a problem with that. And that imbalance creates imbalance and no harmony in our other relationships, because our only relationship is not being a mother. Although that is our biggest job and our most consistent job, that is not the only relationship that we as women are obligated to. We are also obligated to one another as sisters. And when that imbalance is there, of course, it's going to be hard to wash through what is necessary to create this sisterhood and this bond. So that is one huge issue. Another issue is that the idea that you can't tell black women shit is enough of that. Enough of this strong black woman. I don't need anybody to tell me what to do. I don't need any help. I don't need any assistance. I don't need anything. That's really not a safe ground to take, because if you can't be told anything, and when truth comes to you in whatever form it comes to you as, sometimes it comes to us from our children, it comes to us from our mother, from strangers, from whatever. If we are in a state where we can't be told anything, this creates a block for sisterhood to even happen, because we are so set and so comfortable. And the idea of saying, well, I just am the way I am, and that's just how it is. Strive for better. Why can't you say, this is where I'm at and this is where I would like to be? And in order to be where you would like to be, takes critique, takes support, takes love, takes trust, takes honesty.